Hi School of Management Traders. Today we're going to be doing a short video on data sourcing using the same website that we used last time, investing.com. We're going to start off in the opening page just like we did last time. So what we're going to do is, in the case of this competition, you'll be dealing primarily with stocks. So don't use any of the drop-down menu there, rather just click directly onto stocks. Then bring world markets. We can then change that to be specific to South African markets, so we don't get distracted. Obviously, any country you want to invest in is available in the real world. So should you take a liking to the trading game, you'll see that there's a world out there that you can get involved in, a world of opportunities. Okay, so we've got our top gainers for the recent past. Most active stocks, all of these stocks are listed on the South African Stock Exchange. They obviously focus on the larger stocks. All of those larger stocks will fall in the top 40, which are instruments that you're able to trade in this investment challenge. If we click on, let's say, Old Mutual, we'll go directly to the profile page of that company, where you'll be able to access revenue of the company, the market cap of the company. The market cap is all of the shares times the share price. So the whole value of the company, or the enterprise value. In this case, the company is 51.26 billion rand. The average volume per day that it trades on the market. The price range that it has traded in over the last 52 weeks. A 1-year price change. You can see that it's down 8.4% for the year. You can access a basic version of the charts that I showed you last time. If you'd like to get a more complex version, you'll be able to use the technical chart. Then we've also got access to fundamental information about the business, like its financials. You can see everything from its cash flow statement to its balance sheet, summaries of its earnings that they've just put into little dashboards for you so that you don't have to go into the financials yourself, because they're obviously very comprehensive. The auditing standards of the companies in South Africa are very high. They're held to a very high standard for the most part. You can see the net profit margin of the company is 6.94%. The operating profit margin is 2.63%. The gross profit margin is 29%. You can see the income statement running as we go through time. You can get a sense for how things have been over time. These financials are presented in a linear fashion. Just every 3 months to 6 months, they release an update. You can see the balance sheet. These are the debt levels. Cash flow is what cash is in the bank at the end of the day. And your income statement going to contain your margins, your revenue, your net income, etc. And you can use these facilities to get pretty much quite a detailed understanding of the company. Once again, we'll just go stocks. You can even filter on this platform. We've got American stocks, so we're going to change it again. We're going to change it to South African stocks. By clicking on world markets, we go to the African section. We go to South Africa. We can see some seriously big names here. This is a R1 trillion company. This is another R1 trillion company. These are hundreds of billions of rands worth of businesses. Sorry about all these pop-ups, they're very annoying. You can see your daily price movement, your daily rand change, the volume that traded, the data traded, the high of the day, the low of the day. Then we also have tools and facilities available on this. The stock screener is a great, it's like a stock filter. It's a great way of weeding out the companies that you don't like, or locating the companies that you do without necessarily having to go manually through each and every single possible share. There are thousands, there are over 10,000 shares in America, and there are over 500 in South Africa. So to go through them manually is quite a process. But let's say, for example, if you didn't want to buy a share that was smaller than, let's say, R1 billion, you wanted to make sure that you got companies that were of scale in your portfolio. You could then filter these down, automatically filters. So all of these companies are larger than R1 billion. How large exactly? Well, this one's 253 billion rand. This one's Aspen Pharmacare, 81 billion rand. Outsurance, 53 billion rand. And so on and so on. You can see if you only got 1% of this, you'd never work again. We can go to different variables. We can go to, if you wanted, for example, shares that were have recently done badly, go down to this 52-week low. We get the shares that have not performed very nicely in the recent past. You could change that up. If you wanted to take a short position, you could go find all the shares that had moved very strongly in a particular direction, the one that made you feel like it was due for a correction. You can change, you can choose between sectors. If you're bullish on financials, but you're not necessarily bullish on healthcare, you can weed out the ones that you're not interested in. Again, subsectors. These are different instrument types. For the most part, I would just focus on regular equities. But remember, don't forget to short. The market is, it's a bipole, and there's a lot of opportunities in both directions. If you only take long positions, only going to be able to benefit about 68% of the time. Sometimes stocks rise very quickly, and sometimes unnecessarily or unjustifiably so. And there's a lot of opportunity. It also provides a hedge against the market. If the market were to collapse while you held your long positions, the short positions would probably perform a little bit better, and it might take some of the edge off. 1 year price change. We want all the stocks that have gone down by more than 11% in the recent past. Here we have it. All of these stocks. What if we wanted it to be the shares that had done really well? We could change this to reflect higher percentage movements. Gold Fields. So we know that Gold Fields must have performed well lately. So let's go and have a look. Performed very well lately. Anyway, that'll conclude today's little lesson. Enjoy the website. There's a lot of detailed information available to you. It's well worth looking at.